Hello everybody and welcome back to the Mineblock Mall. Merry Christmas. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's that time of year again to make an update video. So, as you can tell right away, all of our trees have finally grown along the front. I swear it didn't used to take this long. So over here we got Roadhouse, and this restaurant actually still isn't done. All I did was slap a name on it. I haven't done as much work this year as in previous years, but don't worry, I'm not going to stop working on this project. But regardless of that, there's still some pretty significant changes. So we'll start off with the roof. In the past year, I have completely finished the rooftop parking. In the last video, this section over here was the last part that wasn't done, but it is now there. And so is the final ramp. And these ramps were the worst. So tedious. But they are here. There's also emergency staircases by all of these ramps that take you down to the ground. And then a lot of the parking lot has been finished as well. Yeah, we start over here in the JCPenney side. Make a quick trip around here. The Simon's Rack building, I actually tore off all the facade and redid the exterior. I think it looks a lot better now. And you got my attempt at the leaf logo that C. Norgren has on his Simon's and his mall. And we got Nordstrom over here. There is going to be a store right here. Originally I was thinking Best Buy, but I'm kind of mad at them for choosing to stop selling DVDs in their store. So I don't know if it's going to be that just yet or not, but something is going to be built right here. So we'll come around Nordstrom here, go to the other side, where we have our first out parcel. I built a Kohl's on the property. Now this store is not open yet, but the building itself is completed. We got the little Sephora in-store shop right there, and then all this sales space. Yeah, we've got management offices over there, restrooms, loading docks, and employee areas over here. And then, yeah, I've done so much of the parking lot that it literally wraps around the whole building. And it's just the areas in the front of the mall that still need the parking spaces. Yep, Sears has not shut down yet. The store is still here, but however, Auto was removed from the logo. Now you've got just a label scar right there on the old Auto Center. And then the remaining parking that needs to be built right here, it's not going to be huge. I'm going to probably have another out parcel building over here somewhere, probably like a little strip mall type building. That'll have like 3 or 4 spaces on it, and then I'll probably do the same thing over on the other end by JCPenney. And I'm planning another restaurant in the lawn over here as well. That'll go in and be built at some point. And with the outside updates, let's head inside. Yep, here we have a mall directory. We are right here. That's where we just came in. We got JCPenney there. Sears is over there. The AMC Theaters. Macy's. Kohl's. Nordstrom. And then that is not labeled yet because we haven't built the store. So last time I showed off all the stores on this side that went all the way up to the food court. Since then I have completed all the stores here in the JCPenney wing, so we'll go through these. JT Martin. This is probably going to be a clothing store of some sort, I'm sure. And then we have Quartz Dresses, dress shop. It's a pretty large dress shop. And a store called Night Rider, which is based off of a real store at a mall near me here in Florida. They have men's jewelry, and their rings are incredible, like so innately detailed. Like I have one, and I'd like to get another. And then over here we got Americana Diner, a little spin on a 50s diner. And then JCPenney is not open yet. The building itself has been completed for some time. It just hasn't been furnished yet. Yep, that brings us over here to Pumpkins, etc. A store that's going to sell just pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns. Because why not? Yeah. And then, I apologize, I can't remember where I asked for suggestions for stores. I'm pretty sure it was on Facebook. Somebody said I should put a Gap store in, so I did. Right here we have a giant The Gap. And it's big enough that it gets its own ginormous logo. And then we got the Mineblock Tennis Club store, because there is a tennis court in the spaces upstairs above this. So they gotta have a store for that. And if we go up to the second floor, this is where the tennis club actually is. It's going to take up this whole space here, probably have at least 2 courts. They won't be regulation size, but it's a video game, so who cares? Then we got a shop for Dell right here, because I was running out of ideas and wanted another computer store. Helmets, etc. It's just going to sell helmets, like from suits of armor and whatnot. And then we have Provost Sporting Goods. And this is a neat store. I like the industrial look it's got going on. And if we come around here to the other side, we have Mineblock Video. It's going to be a video rental store. That'll be one of 2 that are going to be in this mall. And then we have a store called The Garage, and unlike the real life store called The Garage, this is actually going to feel like a garage with an actual garage door at the entrance and a facaded one right there. I feel like that name is very misleading for the real life mall store, but that's just my opinion. And then we have Sean's, going to be a restaurant. And Hat Central, going to be just a store that sells hats. Let's see, and that's was there in our last video, that KB Toys. So we'll come up here. And we have a store called Flame Electronics. There's actually a story behind this. When I was in high school, I took a desktop publishing class, and we had to create our own company and logo. And I created a company called Flame Electronics that was basically going to be as big as Apple. And this is the store that I made to go here in the mall to go along with that. And I think it came out really well. Alright, and then right here we have the Red Toy Store. Fairly simple theme. And $5 Tree. And I think that was just a joke with Dollar Tree raising their prices. Then we have Roulette watches, not Rolex, but Roulette. Yep, and then we move over here to this side. We have Mineblock Racing HQ. Because I was at the Florida Mall in Orlando and I saw they had a racing store there, so I was like, let's put one in this mall too. Then we have Fashion Critter, reference to Fashion Bug. And then this store right here, Your Entertainment Specialist, is Garrett from Yes on YouTube. Your Entertainment Specialist. He reviews music and such, is one of my good buddies. So I decided to make a store that was just themed around his YouTube channel and content with his colors and everything. And then we have L&H, spin on H&M. That's a fairly large store, takes 2 spaces. And that is all of the new stores in the JCPenney court. Other changes we've done is I didn't like how empty this area was, so I put something here. I don't actually know what this is, I just like it, and I think it looks good. And I put in a few additional escalators because I realized some of the impracticalities about the way I had these escalators built. Because if you wanted to go up to the 3rd floor, you could, but if you wanted to get to the 2nd floor, you had to go all the way down to either the end of the Sears or the JCPenney wing. So I put in some additional escalators for ease of access. Yeah, there's some additional ones there. And there's also going to be a few down here towards the entrance to the food court. And escalator central right there. But it needed to be done for practicality. Yep, and here in the food court in front of Nordstrom, we now have a ice rink. At first I was thinking it would just be a few tables, chairs, and maybe a tree or 2, but that's boring, so let's have an ice rink instead, because we can. And Nordstrom is not yet open. Like JCPenney, they're all ready to go, I just haven't furnished it yet. Yep, and then next up we have Simon's Rack, which is now open. Yep, Simon's is all ready to go, everything is out. And if we head up to the 2nd floor, we have lots more clothes, and the fitting rooms are fenced off, and there is a greeting desk for the fitting rooms. And we have this lobby looking nice and full. A few places to sit and wait right here just to relax. Or if you're waiting on your significant other to finish shopping. And we got a few more tables and merchandise up here on the 3rd floor. Some artwork, and then we have the management office with some fun modern light designs right here. Yep, the general manager's office and the employee break room. Yep, so now and the runway. I remembered what it was called. The fashion runway has also been furnished. We have lots of comfy seating. And I made a few alterations to the way this ended because before it kind of looked like an explicit shape, just a tiny bit. Didn't like that, so I fixed it. And then you had the back dressing rooms here for the models. You've got mirrors and stations back here. And Simon's is ready and open for business at this mall. So the places that are currently open, Sears is open, the AMC 9 is also open, and Macy's is partway open. And I'll show you what I mean by that right now, so we'll head over to that store. I was going to go outside, but let's actually use the mall entrances. Yep, so Macy's is mostly open. The store is about 90% open. The first floor is still closed because it's not completely finished being furnished yet, and there's an additional project I started on the first level. But let's come up here and go in the second floor entrance. You're greeted by registers and clothes right here. Yep, this second level is, I believe, women's clothing. I think the first floor is going to be men's, and this floor will be ladies' clothing. Yeah, and I updated the lights and made some mirrors on the columns here. Gave it a nice feature, made it look better, in my opinion, than just having the sea lanterns and the spares. Yep, so that looks good. So we're going to come up here to the third floor now. And we've got lots of tables of merchandise up here. Mostly home goods is what's on the third floor. Got tables of merchandise. We got some furniture on this end. Yeah, we got lots of beds, and then we got some living room sets over here. And we have the Toys R Us store over here. Pumpkins are the hottest toy this year, along with Steve heads and redstone materials and zombie heads, of course. Yeah, Toys R Us always has the hottest and available toys for the season. And then we'll come around here into the store management offices. We have a nice reception desk right here. We have a couple of offices. And the employee break room. It's nice and modern, plenty of places to sit down, and even its own restroom. So why isn't the store fully open, you ask? Well, let's go down to the first floor, and I will show you guys why that is. Yep, we'll even take the elevator down. Yep. So part of the first floor is open. You can enter the store through the parking lot entrances. But the reason that the first floor is not open yet is because I am redoing a fairly significant section. Originally, this area right here was going to be like a salon, but that's not really a thing that Macy's does. So instead, this is going to be a coffee shop for inside Macy's. I haven't decided if it's actually going to be a Starbucks or just a generic coffee shop, but it will take up a fairly significant corner right here. So we got that, and I didn't do as much work on the mall as I would have liked to this year, but there were still plenty of changes. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. Let's head back outside. Now that it's dark, we can end this video with a nice facade outside. Yeah. And thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned. If you'd like this video, I will be doing an update every year until the mall is completed. I also make Dead Mall history videos. Right now I'm debating between either making 2 or 3 of those a year. It just depends on how things go at this point. But thank you, and Merry Christmas, everybody.